4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
First at 6 o'clock, we're following that breaking news. Police are investigating a shooting that happened outside Thurston High School in Redford.
Jacqueline Francis joining us live on the scene right now. Jacqueline, this all happened on the school bus. How scary.
A shooting on a school bus. Just think about that for a minute. The school bus was parked right outside those front doors of the high school. The bus pulled away about 25 minutes ago when police officially cleared the scene. Here's what police can tell us. They say the shooting happened in the school bus outside of Thurston High School around 2:45 this afternoon. A high school student was hit and taken to the hospital. They are expected to be okay, currently in stable condition. We're told the gun was recovered and there is no ongoing threat to the community. We have a lot of questions still, like who fired that shot and what was a gun doing on the bus in the first place. I talked to a mom. She has those same questions. The police chief tells me we won't get an update until tomorrow at the soonest. Reporting live in Redford Township, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
All right, Jacqueline, thanks for that update. Also breaking right now, in the past 15 minutes, we've confirmed that Selena Fleenor has been found safe in North Carolina. She's the 17-year-old girl from Roseville who disappeared on Easter Sunday. We've been covering her case for nearly 3 weeks now. As of tonight, we didn't have any other details about why she is on the East Coast or who she was found with, but we do know federal investigators are involved in her case. Selena's family knows she's safe and are able to bring her home. We'll update you as soon as we learn more details about her disappearance.
That's the boat that's in question. And the question is, why is it broken? How long has it been broken? And what do fire officials have to say?
Questions tonight about how the department is operating when it comes to rescues and renovations. Those questions started with tips from insiders working at DFD for years. And
the issues we're exposing deal with safety for Detroiters and for firefighters. And we're also following the money trail at a newly renovated firehouse. Investigative reporter Karen Drew got some answers and some results. So Karen, how did this all start?
It was a really busy day. Those tips were coming in. It started like this afternoon. It's a repair shop over at Eastern Market. I was told by fire insiders that I needed to see for myself a broken Detroit rescue boat that has been sitting there for months.
This is the Detroit fire boat in the rescue shop. We learned the pump was broken and firefighters were worried it's taken too long to fix, putting Detroiters at risk.
Hi.
So we showed up asking questions.
When people call me,
I know.
You know who's calling me.
I know.
It's fire.
So they got all the answers. You got all the answers. They've given you the answers.
Well, I'm trying to find out what other folks are saying.
This guy is from General Services.
This is not you, sir, but it's the operation, it's the department of making sure that you have the staff, you have the tools, and you have the equipment so you can fix that stuff.
His department is in charge of making repairs to city vehicles and vessels.
Do we know when it's going to be back in the water? Today, ironically. Okay. That's what they said today. Well, I reached out to the city. They confirmed that, yes, it was a pump issue on that rescue boat. It's named Savad Johnson, and they sent us a statement, so I want to share that for you. It's stating in part the pump for the Savad Johnson was very difficult to locate, but it has now been ordered due to the shipping and repair time needed for the pump to be installed and fully operational. And because the Savad Johnson is a valuable search and rescue asset, the decision was made last week to put the boat in the water today, May 7th. While we wait for the part, it was put in the water this afternoon. Once the part arrives, the team at DFD will assess best timing then to pull the boat. I've got additional repairs made. DFD's other fireboat, the Curtis Randolph, has been in service since March 31st and stands ready to perform water suppression operations along the Detroit River. So that was that story. And then I want to share this one because I got this tip today. It was busy. This is Ladder 30. This is at the intersection of Mount Elliott and Davison. Now, we reported on the firehouse over $3 million spent on renovations, but my sources told me that the building is flooding and something's actually growing in certain areas. When we were there, an ambulance was using the firehouse. It appeared to be open, but then how could that be? It was flooding, and then the doors were bolted and had all that wood over there. Here's what the city had to say on this story. An EMS crew was assigned to report to this location last week because we thought it was ready. However, it's come to our attention additional amenities are needed, and we are relocating this company for now. In reference to those reports of black mold and flooding, well, we have received no reports of black mold in this building. Today is the first time the team has been alerted to standing water in the basement. We reported this to Construction and Demolition Department, who oversees maintenance of our facilities. They will be investigating, working to mitigate. I posted the full statement to both of those stories on clickondetroit.com. But again, it's so important if you have an issue that's going on. I mean, we've got a rescue boat not rescuing. We've got a fire hall that's not working because it's flooded. And this is all about saving lives in Detroit. And it's also protecting the firefighters.
And we've got Karen Drew asking all the hard questions. Well done.
Well, we're trying because, I mean, you know, it's everyone's right to be safe. And we know that the Detroit Fire Department has a lot to do.
Yep,
we understand
of course.
that. But, you know, we always have to make everything.
That's our job as journalists. Great job.
So thank you.
All right, in more news tonight, they are on a mission to crack down on problems like prostitution, drugs, speeding, loitering, and other issues in one area of Detroit.
Yeah, right now, officers from several agencies are hitting the streets near John R. between 6 Mile and 8 Mile. It's all part of a new enforcement initiative officially launched today, in fact. Local 4's Damon Fernandez spent the afternoon watching the operation in action. Damon.
Yeah, that's right, Ty. You know, police are calling this Operation John R. Resolve. They're hitting the streets, trying to address some of the concerns that have been top of mind for neighbors. Police say they want this operation to be memorable and impactful.
It's a busy corridor in Detroit.
I saw like 13, 14, 15 police cars undercovers.
A stretch of John R. some neighbors say has been busy for the wrong reasons.
Prostitution, drugs, loose, vicious dogs, speeding.
And it's those nuisances coupled with overwhelming community complaints that has law enforcement saturating John R. right now.
This is a unifying effort to address the area down near John R., McNichols, really that John R. corridor going all the way up to 8 Mile.
Detroit police officially launching Operation John R. Resolved on Wednesday. Officers from DPD's 11th and 12th precincts, Vice Unit, Highland Park Police, and Wayne County Sheriff's Office joining forces and hitting the streets to help crack down on illegal activity.
We're going to enforce the law, we're going to make arrests, and we're also going to provide those individuals suffering from substance use disorder, address some of the narcotics concerns that are plaguing this area.
These officers are also working with the city's fire department, building inspectors, animal control, and health department in this effort. Several traffic stops are being made, citations issued, even some arrests as officers carry out Operation John R. Resolved.
So I'm excited today to get out there and try to impact the community in a positive way and bring some relief to the people that have been living in this community under siege by this type of activity.
Many neighbors in this area say this presence is welcomed.
I think it's wonderful. I think it needs to be done. It should have been done a long time ago. Hopefully it makes everyone feel safe.
And I want to let you know, police told me this enforcement operation won't stop here. They'll continue launching John R. Resolve throughout the year.
And Damon, do we know what some of those arrests were made for?
Yeah, I did check with police. Officers told me that they've already made arrests and issued citations for people driving with licenses suspended, or driving without a license and no insurance, and some outstanding warrants were got people arrested today too. Now they tell me that, I'll tell you this, some people were arrested for, given citations for jaywalking. So they're looking at everything. They're being very aggressive with this. We saw them saturating all that area today, and it was like one after another. We saw stops, and folks, it shook up the area.
Sure, for sure. Okay, Damon, we appreciate you reporting this evening. In more news tonight, Detroit police say 2 men fighting over a girl led to gunfire. This happened about 11 this morning. The victim was sitting in his car at a car wash on Grand River when a man came up to him. Police say the two began arguing, and the suspect pulled out a gun and fired 6 shots, hitting the victim in the stomach and the arm. The suspect also shot himself in the hand during the fight. He's in police custody. The victim is listed in critical condition.
Still no verdict in the Christopher Sher trial. After 3 days of deliberations, the jury is still deadlocked. Sher is charged in the April 2022 shooting death of Patrick Lyoya after a traffic stop and a lengthy fight with the officer in Grand Rapids. The jury has 3 options here: second-degree murder, manslaughter, or not guilty. Deliberations will pick back up tomorrow. And of course, we'll bring you any new developments with the jury, including the trial verdict, live on Local 4 Plus and the homepage of clickondetroit.com. Well, you are looking live right now at Vatican City. The world is watching and waiting for the sign of white smoke showing a new pope has been chosen. Black smoke, as you've seen today, was seen coming from the Sistine Chapel chimney earlier tonight. That means no new pope was elected in the first and only ballot at the papal conclave today. This result was expected, as no new pope has been elected on the first day of a conclave for centuries. Going forward, there will be four votes daily, 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening, and this will continue until a new pope is elected by a 2/3 majority vote.
We've been telling you about it for weeks, and the day is finally here. It is Real ID Day, so that means if you don't have a gold star on your driver's license, you'll need to start bringing your passport to the airport, even for domestic flights. So anyone trying to catch a flight without their Real ID or passport could face travel delays or additional screenings. If you want your driver's license upgraded to be Real ID compliant, go to your local Secretary of State's office. All the information you need to know is on our website. Just go to clickondetroit.com.